Hello guys, today we're gonna react to this video. Doctor reacts to the Lunchley controversy by Dr. Mike. Anyway, I wish I have my webcam right now. My webcam is broken, so I cannot use it. I wish I could have shown you guys that I have food in front of me. Delicious food. I'm gonna eat while I react to this video. Well, let's go. Let's go.
KSI, Mr. Beast, and Logan Paul have announced they were teaming up and launching a new food product called Lunchly to compete with the uber popular kids brand Lunchables. And the reception has been less than stellar. Many creators took to social media to criticize the product and the creators themselves. Logan and Jimmy were quick to push back on the critics with their own posts, and in the process created newsworthy headlines like,
YouTube stars are coming for your kids' lunch. It's a move that has Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, and KSI teaming up to take on Lunchables.
And I usually
Well, to be honest, what I don't like when you're starting your own brand, you shouldn't be like comparing it so much on another brand that has been there for much longer time than you. I don't know, that's just my take.
don't make videos discussing creators' products, but when terms like healthier or better for you get tossed around, I feel it's important to set the record straight. So, in the spirit of avoiding personal attacks, let's take a look at the science of Lunchly, including a true issue with their kits I don't think anyone has correctly pointed out yet. For those who may not know, Lunchables are basically these pre-packaged do-it-yourself meal kits. They've usually got things like crackers, deli meat.
So, in my country, we don't have this type of thing. We might do, but probably I've just never heard of it. But yeah, this might just be stuff that is only going on in the US or something. I'm not from the US, so yeah. Let's continue.
Meats, cheeses, treats, and come with a little drink. And since their inception, they've been super popular with kids. However, it's been known, especially by experts, that while these kits are fun and tasty, their nutritional value is just not good. They're often too high in sodium, saturated fat, and added sugars, and don't use healthy whole food ingredients. And because they fall into the category of ultra-processed foods, they aren't healthy to consume often, period. Studies actually show that those consuming high amounts of UPFs can have up to 50% higher risk of developing obesity, and some specific UPFs are linked to increases in cancer. I see it even in my clinic. So many of my pediatric patients are over-consuming UPFs, and it's becoming a growing problem across the country. Consumer Reports even dedicated a special feature highlighting the problems with Lunchables and why they shouldn't be consumed regularly due to health risks. My own take on Lunchables, I don't recommend parents pack them for their kids on a daily basis. A low quality food with poor nutritional value. But
to be honest, if Americans like pack those for lunch at school, I don't think it even would make me full. Not even half full. Like stuff like this, I think it's just me personally.
now, what about Lunchly? Starting with the first claim, in the press release announcing the product, Logan Paul was quoted as saying Lunchly is a healthier alternative and that it's a better for you lunch option compared to Lunchables. In fact, throughout the Lunchly website and the social media promo posts, you'll see countless comparisons being made to Lunchables. To be honest, some of the comparisons are kind of cringe and don't make much sense to me, but maybe that's because I'm not the target demo. Flavorful combos versus standard picks? The meal kit combos are nearly identical to Lunchables.
Wait. Flavorful and standard. Bold and basic, big and mid. But both of these pictures, I feel like they're exactly the same thing. And what's different about it?
Big gestures versus mid moments. I certainly don't remember that lesson in my nutrition classes. I was more concerned with the nutritional comparisons being made anyway. So if someone was to make a healthy meal kit for kids, I would find that incredibly valuable. And in looking in the comparison, I'd be most interested in calories, which they have, protein, which they have, sugar, which they have, saturated fat, which is missing, and sodium, which is not only missing, but replaced by electrolytes. And unlike all the other macros, is only labeled potassium and only in the Prime bottle in the kit, comparing it to the Capri Sun in the Lunchables. This is a pretty weird marketing choice.
I heard that Prime is supposed to be like only for 18 plus. Why is it in the kids' lunch meal? That's weird.
To label electrolytes and food products. It's such a strange choice that it even stunned fellow doctor Brian Suterer, who tweeted,
"Sodium getting rebranded as electrolytes will be taught in marketing textbooks one day."
and sadly was ashamed to see Logan attack instead of starting a meaningful dialogue with the doctor, given that 400 milligrams is not the amount of electrolytes in Prime, at least in the image that Logan shared. 400 milligrams of potassium plus 5 milligrams of sodium equals 405 milligrams of electrolytes. It's not about nitpicking, it's just about being reasonable and honest to help further the conversation. Look, if I want to decide if a food is right for me, I like to be able to compare the entire electrolyte profile, which would have to include sodium. It's like having a PB&J sandwich label that says what's in the sandwich, protein, fats, calories, but then the sugar line only tells you what's in the peanut butter as opposed to the jelly in the entire sandwich. I wanted to go further and do the comparisons myself using the nutrition facts from the Lunchables and Lunchly websites, and it's honestly really hard to draw perfectly clear conclusions for several reasons. One, I don't have nutrition facts for each part of the kits. For example, how many calories come from Feastables versus the food component. Second, some of the portion sizes aren't the same. The turkey cracker kit from Lunchables is 82 grams, while Lunchly's is 72 grams. Three, there are so many varieties of Lunchables that just swapping out the flavor of Capri Sun caused significant differences in sugar and calorie content. What I was able to conclude is that Lunchly has less sugar and therefore less calories than Lunchables in comparable kits. That's probably due to the drink component of the kit, as Capri Sun uses sugar and Prime is artificially sweetened. Lunchly has significantly more potassium than Lunchables because of the Prime drink, which I guess is good, but not something I'd regularly use in deciding if a food is an ideal lunch for a kid.
So I'm eating, sorry. So they're just putting it less sugar, and less this, less that. But in fact, the only thing they did is putting less stuff. As the doctor said, one in Lunchable is 82 grams, and in this one is 72 grams. So of course it's gonna be less, right? No.
Kid. Lunchly has slightly less sodium and saturated fat than comparable Lunchables. That's definitely moving in the right direction. However, both differences were fairly small. Lunchly does use real cheese as opposed to cheese product, signaling that at least one ingredient is less processed than in Lunchables. But the entirety of the kit is still considered an ultra-processed meal. Lunchly has higher amounts of A and B vitamins, which can be good, but also can be problematic as vitamin A is a fat-soluble vitamin, and kids can easily overconsume it, leading to toxicity. Being that it's fat soluble means that you can't just urinate excess out. This has actually been raised as an issue by experts with Prime in general. Despite these legitimate upgrades, social media posts are slamming Lunchly for not being perfect. But Lunchly does not need to be perfect to be valuable for kids. It just needs to be significantly healthier in order to reduce risk. As a doctor, I use risk reduction all the time, essentially taking something harmful and replacing it with something less harmful, but still imperfect. As an example, I would never recommend starting vaping, but getting someone to replace smoking cigarettes.
To be honest, these kids, they need to eat like me. Just eat rice. To be honest, it's much healthier one than whatever those stuff are. And two, it makes me full.
Cigarettes with vaping is generally a good step down in terms of health risk. Knowing all that, is it fair to say that Lunchly is healthier? I guess one can say yes, but honestly, probably more so as a marketing tactic. The reason why? Well, let's look at the recently passed nutrition standards set forth by the USDA for school lunches and see how Lunchly compares. Going line by line here. Less than 10% of calories should come from saturated fat. Lunchly turkey, 23% of calories come from from saturated fat. Less than 10% of calories should come from added sugars. Lunchly turkey, 10.4 comes from added sugars. But this is where things get really interesting, and for some reason no one has pointed this out. You see, USDA caloric guidelines say that a lunch meal for kids K through 8 should contain around 625 calories. Kids need energy to function, and calories give them that energy. Lunchly turkey contains only 230 calories, which would mean a kid would need to eat about 2.7 portions to consume enough calories.
And if they did that, they'd get nearly 1,300 milligrams of sodium,
which is also significantly over the USDA standards. So they'd be either under-eating calories or overeating sodium. Finally, the grain guidelines state that 80% of lunch meals must be whole grain, and Lunchly turkey does not list any whole grain ingredients. It's clear Lunchly, just like Lunchables, misses the mark too many times to be considered meaningfully healthier, at least in my opinion. That being said, I do think many criticisms pointed at Logan, KSI, and Jimmy are unfair. Attacking them for trying to create a successful influencer product isn't inherently problematic.
To be honest, what I see from them, they're trying to make more money. They don't care about kids. I don't know. Just my opinion. I don't see that they're trying to give kids better option now. They're just trying to milk money from the kids because they know that their fan base is all kids. God damn.
I just think if a company was truly interested in creating a healthier lunch kit for kids, the USDA standards should be the minimum starting requirements. Otherwise, we're simply propagating the problem even further. One of my hopes is that in navigating the future feedback on this company, the guys hire a health professional to guide them in making messaging more accurate. I just saw someone ask about heavy metal contamination, and Logan responded with a video of an X-ray machine checking for foreign materials. That checks for stray objects accidentally getting into the meals, not heavy metal contaminations.
Whatever. I'm gonna search for more Lunchly stuff. Oh, there's a lot. Bruh, what is KSI doing? Wait, Logan Paul is reacting to KSI.
Making money. How does this benefit their fans? Do better. Do better.
That's exactly how I interpreted it as well. Like, let me put this in the context. Imagine being a motherfucker who's angry that we made this. Crackers, bro? You mad cause we made crackers? This is what you're mad about? Bruh. It's a turkey, real cheese, and cracker stack. And by the way, it's great. I mean, yes, we made nachos as well with queso, but I think if you're getting mad about nachos, that's a you problem. Oh, and the pizza. It's literally called the pizza. But same thing, like, you're mad about pizza? Like 500,000 favorites because we made pizza, crackers, and nachos?
Where was the same energy when Ryan Trahan released sweets? Where was the same energy when FaZe Rog released sweets?
Hey, that is true. I don't remember anyone having a problem with Ryan.
No. The problem is not because you made crackers or nachos or pizza. Not about that. The problem is when like them, Logan Paul KSI and Mr. Beast. The problem is when they say that it's healthy and stuff, that it's beneficial, it's healthy and stuff. That's the problem. Not because you made all this
Buying a
stuff.
rug when they released their candy. Just funny how that works.
I'm not seeing people going crazy towards them on Twitter. You know why? It's because people just hate us.
That's it. People just hate us. And I've come to realize now in my adult life that hate really is just a feeling of one's own inadequacy. You're dissatisfied with your life, you're unhappy, you're angry because your wife left you.
Y'all mess with Dan TDM. Y'all messed up. Y'all just dug your own grave right here.
You suck. You might as well go hate on a cracker stack.
When it comes to Twitter, Twitter is just a cesspool
Cracker stack my ass. I eat crackers with chocolate.
of the most depressed people on this earth.
Hey, that is so true. Twitter sucks. I'm not kidding. Probably one of the worst places to be.
5% of the Reddit is just sucking my dick, and 95% calling JJ a corporate sellout.
This confuses me. I remember a time when like success and dreams used to be celebrated. And now it's like, and this was my response to Dan TDM. We've spent our whole lives creating content and now we want to build businesses.
Yeah, it's not wrong. it's not wrong to build business and stuff, but what's wrong is that you're milking the kids because your fan base is kids. You're being in a business. You're the owner, and you have a customer, and the customer are kids, not adults. That's the problem. Like if the customer are adults, nobody cares about it. They can think about it themselves when they buy stuff, and they can think properly before buying it. But kids, they don't. They just see, oh, my, you know, the one that I love, KSI and Logan Paul, is making a new stuff. I have to buy it. Like that. Kids think about it. Things like kids think like that. So I don't know. It's not wrong to build businesses. What's wrong is scamming the kids. That's the problem.
And now we want to build businesses. Seems like a natural arc for any young, ambitious adult. And without even trying the meal, just seeing a headline, it is met with hate, resistance, disgust. You
It's because you say it's healthier. Just putting Prime by itself for kids is not healthy.
don't know anything about this product. And the
And how is a chocolate healthy?
people that think they
The only chocolate that's healthy I've seen before is uh, dark chocolate, which is bitter and kids won't like it. But if you put that as a healthy product, kids won't buy it. So hence, you won't get any money. So that's why you just put normal chocolate, sweetened chocolate for kids to eat, and then you get money. Stunk.
know about it still don't know about it. I went to war with Community Notes
What
the
war?
other day. X's regulatory body of truth, but they lie. The whole system is littered with lies because Community Notes is just it's exactly that. It's a community of contributors contributing what their point of view is, not the truth, their point of view. And if their point of view gets enough votes, it gets marked on the tweet. But that's crazy to me because if you're a polarizing person like me, because the contributors
Shut up. I don't want to listen anymore. See, there's another doctor explains it. Y'all should really like watch all this stuff. They really just dug their own grave, to be honest. All of them. I think that's it. I don't want to talk anymore. I just finished eating. I'm full. Bye bye. Well, I'll see you guys next time.